Yo, what's good, gang? This the Dope Guy, and I am back with another video, big dog. Yo, hope you guys are all doing well out there because I'm doing alright, and here I am spinning the block with content for y'all, man, on my soul. Today's video is about Jordan and Soul. Shout out to them, much love, respect. And this is Ultimate German Food Tour, all the best foods in Munich. Yo, shout out to all my people in Germany, much love, respect to y'all, man. I don't know how many of these German food tour videos I've watched, but I enjoy them every time, man. I like to get other people's perspective, different perspectives of what they think of certain food in Germany, man. When they try it, I just love other people's opinions, man. You don't just stick to one. You gotta hear a multitude of people's opinions, and that's what I like to do. And I cannot wait to get to this video to see what foods that they liked and what they didn't like from Germany, in Munich specifically. But before we tap in, subscribe to the Dope Guy, that way to get notifications every time I upload, and from right here on Snapchat and Instagram right across the bottom screen. So with that being said, I'm not gonna hold y'all much longer because y'all already know this. Go big dog. Let's get into it. Yes, sir.
Today we are in Munich, Germany, and we are doing what is my favorite thing all throughout our travels, and that is a food tour. So today we're going to be trying all kinds of German foods as well as Bavarian foods. So
Munich
is in the German state of Bavaria, and so there's a lot of like specialties to the Bavarian state here.
We just spent the past week in France where the cuisine is very different, so we're really switching it up today. And we're starting by going to a bakery for breakfast to start our day out with some traditional German sweets.
Bretzen? Is that what they call it? A Bretzen?
So our first stop of the day is Cafe Frisch Hut. Hopefully I said that right. It's a very beautiful old bakery that's actually celebrating its 50th year of its current owner right now.
Shout out to them.
So lots of history, and it's a favorite stop for breakfast here. What they're known for actually is what I got, which is the Schmaltz-Noodle. And what the Schmaltz-Noodle is a big flat donut. There's no hole in it, but it's very light, very flaky. It was also really fun to watch because while we were in the shop, they were actually making some of them. So they were kind of spreading out the dough and getting it ready to put in the deep fat fryer. And that is right at the front of the shop. So when you go in to order your treat, you can enjoy it. There's two options there. You can either do takeaway, which is what we did, or you can do sit down. The sit down options are more expensive, which is why we opted just to grab
That's
them
crazy.
and find a little park bench to enjoy.
That's insane.
Them. So without further ado,
Costs
I'm
more
going to try
to
the
eat indoors than
Schmaltz-Noodle.
dine in, G.
That is so good. So it has a very crunchy golden outside, a doughy middle, very flaky inside. It would be so good with a hot cup of coffee right next to it, or to even dunk in it. I think would be really good. Very German way to start the day. Really yummy too.
I bet. Now I'm hungry.
I have a Kraft. So these became very popular in Germany after there's like more and more sugar imports from the Caribbean. Before then, like sugar was far too expensive. But after those imports started coming from the Caribbean, they were able to like use more sugar in their different bakeries. And so what a Kraft has is it has like all the granulated sugar on top. Then on the inside there is always like a jam or a jelly in it. So these are actually referred to as furlings across the rest of the country, but here in like Bavaria and in the southern part of Germany, they are just referred to as Kraft. And they can also be known as Bavarian donuts. So a couple of different names for pretty much the similar treat. First bite and I completely missed the jelly.
That's crazy.
Alright, so it looks like it's all on one side, but it is still warm and absolutely delicious. Another great way to start your morning. On the sugary side of things, but that's okay when you're in Germany, right?
For sure.
Of the day.
Should I?
Do it.
I think it'd be cute, right?
How much?
Oh, not for 169 euros.
Yeah.
They're not that cute.
Hell no. Hell no. Out of pocket.
Hoppala, fall dich runter!
So we are now at a little market that is in the heart of Munich. This market, which I cannot pronounce, so I'll put the name down below. It's open every day of the week except on Sundays, and it's such a good place to walk around and try so many different foods. Everything looks incredible. But what we are trying today at the market is the Bavarian pretzel, also called the Bretzen. Probably the most famous thing to get here when you're in Bavaria. This is different than like American pretzels because it's denser, thicker, chewier. We also have really big granules of salt on the outside, and of course people love to have them with beer. What goes with it better than that? Just gonna try one. I'm really excited. It's very crispy and crunchy. So where we picked out our pretzels is Arnold's, which is a little stand behind us here that's been open since the 70s making pretzels. So 50 years of pretzel deliciousness.
So before we continue on for our lunch stop, right here behind me is the Rathaus Glockenspiel. It's a very famous clock here in Munich, and it's supposed to start ringing in about 5 minutes at noon. So we're gonna wait here for that and then go find some lunch.
The sun is out, and you know it's gonna rain. Oh, that's dope.
So we're just a couple of blocks now from the Rathaus Glockenspiel. We're at a place called Schneiderweiss.
Schneiderweiss.
That has a lot of traditional Bavarian classics, and it has a beer history of brewing beers for hundreds of years. So it's a very classic place to go grab lunch. So what I got was a potato soup, actually, that has vegetables, marjoram, bacon, and of course potatoes, and it smells really good. It also has some chives sprinkled on top. It's a very warm, cozy, homey type of dish. Some chopped up vegetables inside.
Looks
some
solid.
really nice spices. Really good start to our lunch.
So for the rest of our lunch, we have some sausages served with sauerkraut and then some mustard. And over here we have pork knuckle or Schweinehaxe.
Pork knuckle!
In German, I believe. So pork knuckle was actually like kind of started as like a peasant's food, one of those cuts of the meat that, you know, is not prime.
Peasant's food is
much
wild.
cheaper option. And then today it's served in a very thick, dark brown gravy as seen here, along with what I believe is some potatoes. And then to wash all that down, we also have a beer. Generally not a big beer drinking guy, but it does feel very wrong to go to a brew house in Germany for lunch and then not also order a beer. So that's why we have that. Time to dig into the first part of this, which is the sausages and sauerkraut. I'm gonna try and get a forkful of the sausage, the sauerkraut, and a little bit of mustard.
Okay. I don't know what is my fascination with watching people eat. I don't know what it is, bro. When people eat, I get hungry. especially if I want to try it, yo, I'm locked in.
I feel like they do mustard so well here. I've never been a big fan of mustard, but every mustard I've had here in Germany or Austria so far has been amazing. Now onto the main dish. The other two are just kind of like the appetizers, but this right here is where all of the meat is coming from.
Look at that, bro.
The biggest dish. The gravy on this is so good. First few bites of this, absolutely delicious. The gravy is what really just does it for me. It's got such great flavor. But like I said, the pork knuckle itself actually has a lot more meat on it than I was expecting, so that's a great added bonus. Originally, I thought this was just like a side of mashed potatoes. However, what it actually is like a potato dumpling. So there's actually like a lot of wheat mixed into with the potatoes to make the dumpling, and so it's just like a very different consistency than just mashed potatoes, much more sticky. I really like it, especially when it's mixed in with like
really
the Schneider wheat beer gravy that was served along with the pork knuckle, and then on top there was also some like breadcrumbs served along with it. So a very good side to the pork knuckle. Alright, so next up on our food tour is currywurst, and once again, this is a very heavy dish. Currywurst was said to be invented by Herta Hewer back in 1949 in Berlin because she was serving it on the street to construction workers. So it's like a very filling, hearty meal for the construction workers as they were rebuilding Berlin after World War II. And now it's still enjoyed all around the country. Today, it usually is like a fast food option, and so today we actually went to like a fast food chain. It's called Pommes Freunde, and they bring in like all the best. So they bring in the best burger from Chicago, the best hot dog from New York, the best fries from Belgium, and then of course the best currywurst from Berlin. So that's where we stopped to grab this, and then we just walked to a nearby park. Time to give it a try. You can definitely taste the curry and that sauce on top of it. It is very good, and I can definitely see why this would be like such a great lunch option, especially if you're like kind of in a hurry or you just want like a lot of calories very quickly, because this right here, this is just packed, very heavy, and would definitely fill you up, especially if you're working like a very manual job such as construction. Even though it was called currywurst, I was not expecting it to taste nearly as much like curry. You could really taste the curry in it. But now we're gonna go spend the next several hours just kind of walking around, relaxing, and just trying to work off some of all
digest that food, yep. Word. So I'll be full.
first stop, we're at Mutscher Stuben, another restaurant that has a lot of Bavarian classics. So I started off with an appetizer, and what this is called is Obatsta. And what is in this tasty little appetizer dish is double cream camembert, cream cheese, butter, onions. It looks like it's garnished with a lot of vegetables for this specific one, but you can kind of see the creamy ball of deliciousness under there. And then it is served, of course, with a pretzel. We've got the classic pretzel, and we're just going to dip it into the Obatsta. This is one of the top dishes I've been wanting to try here.
It looks like ice cream.
Here we go.
But it's fire though.
Wow. You can taste there's a lot of butter in there, a lot of cheese, which would also be a great pairing with a beer and with all your meat and the other dishes that you have. Really yummy start. Very filling too. Always appreciate some fresh vegetables where we can get them too. Our travel diet is probably not the most wholesome, so gotta get your veggies in there too.
Alright, so for our main dish tonight, we are going to have some schnitzel. Now, we've actually already had some schnitzel in Austria. However, that was called a Vienna schnitzel. It's kind of like the main Austria version. And then this version, I think it's just kind of like an in-house like recipe or style. It's called the Brewmaster schnitzel. But what it is a piece of pork loin that is covered in fried onions, and then of course served with some more malt gravy, and then on top of cabbage and some potato dumplings. It looks absolutely delicious. And one of my favorite parts about this is when I was having schnitzel in Austria, I always thought it was like kind of dry and it needed like a sauce. And so for this,
I'm hungry.
Yeah, big fan of that. The schnitzel itself is like a thinly pounded
the schnitzel.
meat. But then what's special about this version as well is there's actually like cheese and ham stuck in the middle of it. So if you open this up like I am here, you see the pork, and then you also see like the
ham and cheese, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm jealous, bro. I'm jealous. I'm hating.
The ham and the cheese.
Fuck it. I'm mad.
So, very unique to take on the schnitzel here. Big fan of that gravy. Definitely like makes it much less dry. This is another one of those very hearty dishes where it's just a lot of meat with potato dumplings, the cabbage, just the gravy, just everything.
That looks so good.
Okay.
Damn.
And our dessert just got brought on, so
it's dessert.
To devour this because that dessert looks delicious, and we gotta try that next.
So this amazing looking dessert is called Kaiser Schmarm, which means Emperor's Mess, when it was named after Franz Joseph I, who just happened to absolutely love this dessert. What it is basically shredded up pancakes that has caramelized rum on it. This one also has almonds, we have raisins, we have some applesauce, it looks like maybe some plum as well.
Holy hell, bro.
Berries, powdered sugar, all piled up and served warm, and here it is made fresh. So it took about 20 minutes to prepare, so it had a little disclaimer on your menu that you have to order it ahead of time because it is made so fresh. But how incredible.
Oh my gosh. Shredded pancakes. Oh my gosh.
That is so amazing. It's like caramelized pancake, powdered sugar, the berries. It's so sweet, but not overly sweet.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
really delicious, and it's served warm. So it's such a cozy dish. Now I'm gonna stop torturing Jordan and let him try it.
So you torturing me?
I think I'm most excited for the like applesauce that comes along with it, but we're gonna try a little bit of everything. So just kind of like a bite of just the plain pancake was very good, did not disappoint. Now we're going to try some pancake with the not a huge fan of that one, but onto the applesauce. Alright, here we go. A little pancake, a little applesauce.
Damn, bro. Sheesh.
That apple is where it's at. It's honestly kind of incredible. I know we've been saying this all day long, but like even this dessert is like a heavy dessert, which is honestly just so shocking because it's like a fruity dessert. Like usually the fruity desserts are a little bit lighter than the rest of them, but this one,
fire, bro.
Overly sweet. It is still a very heavy dessert that we're gonna have to try and eat all the way through this one. Might be a challenge for us.
This concludes our food food tour in Munich. And since we had already spent some time hiking in the Bavarian Alps, it was time for us to head to our 35th country, which is the Netherlands.
35th.
So thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already, so that we can see you in the next one in Amsterdam.
Bro, that last meal, that was shredded pancakes, that, man, I've never seen that. That looks amazing. With the applesauce and the almonds, all the powdered sugar. I'm just like, yo, man, that looks fire. Then you had the ham and cheese and the schnitzel. So I'm like, yo, bro, this is probably one of my favorite food tour videos I watched. Besides the one that had the doner kebab that introduced me to that. Besides that, this was fire, man. Shout out to Jordan. So much love and respect, man. Make sure you go subscribe to the channel, man. The original link to the video will be in my description box, man. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, that looks fire, man. Shout out to Munich. Man, let me know if y'all had any of them meals, man, especially that dessert. Let me know what y'all thought of that. That looks fire. I'm hating, and that's cool. I'm jealous. It is what it is, bro. It looks fantastic. But yo, I hope you enjoyed the reaction to this video. If you enjoyed my reaction, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Dope Guy Big Dog. Hit the notification bell whenever I upload. From right here on Snapchat and Instagram, right across the bottom screen. Any other videos you may check out, please comment to this video, my other videos, and leave likes and comments on all my videos to help grow the channel, help with the algorithm for sure. Any more videos you may check out, leave a comment in the comment section below. No, I got you. I'm gonna spin the block. But yeah, man, it's the Dope Guy, and I am out. Yes, sir.